Welcome to this overview of Patrick Bet-David's book, Your Next 5 Moves, subtitled Master the Art of Business Strategy. Although this book is focused on business, the introduction makes it clear that the principles can be applied to all areas of your life. Because, as Pat shares, he became fascinated with the chess prodigy Magnus Carlsen's farsighted approach to games and the difference this brings to the choices you make. The first move in the 5 moves Pat covers is master knowing yourself. This move is made up of 3 parts: who do you want to be, the importance of studying yourself, and your path to creating wealth. Who do you want to be is the starting point, as you have an unconscious vision of who you are, and that vision has created what you have. Therefore, clarifying who you want to be and what you want to get out of life identifies the gap between where you are and where you want to be. It also identifies your level of urgency, because the greater the gap between where you are and where you want to be, the greater the clarity required and the greater the urgency to get clear on why you are taking action. Then position yourself in the best way possible to live in the present as though your vision is your reality. Because the only thing separating you from greatness is a vision and a plan for achieving greatness. The second part of the first move, Master Knowing Yourself, is study the most important product, you. Because knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. It moves you from blaming others to understanding your patterns and motivations, which aren't always going to be what society thinks they should be. But also because if envy keeps creeping in, you need to either revisit your goals or dig into why you aren't going for what you say you want. And that is likely going to be because you've stopped at a why level, such as survival or status, when your deeper why is on the freedom or purpose levels. The third part of the first move, Master Knowing Yourself, is your path to creating wealth, intrapreneur or entrepreneur, meaning you want to choose a path that puts the odds of winning in your favor, and that is determined by how good you are relative to your competition and whether you are driven by more than money. The second move Pat covers is master the ability to reason. This move is made up of 2 parts: the incredible power of processing issues and how to solve for X, the unknown variable. The incredible power of processing issues relates to recognizing you are going to sometimes feel the world is coming to an end and that it is your brain creating this feeling. And that makes it imperative that you know how to solve and learn from any and all problems as they arise. However, as you dig into how you contributed to what has occurred, what you did to co-create this situation by being complicit, and how you can improve so you are better equipped to handle something like this in the future, you will not only manage your brain's stories, but also become a more strategic thinker. The second part of the second move, Master the Ability to Reason, is how to solve for X, a methodology for effective decision making, as those who have a system for making better decisions win. But also because although X is unknown, it's not unknowable, which means isolating the actual problem rather than the symptom you're responding to. And once you've eliminated the non-issues, moving your focus to the causes of the issue. But wider than that, keep asking why about everything until the burning platforms you have to deal with immediately and the golden gates leading to bright opportunities you need to enter quickly are identified. The third move is master building the right team. This is made up of 3 parts: the myth of the solopreneur, create a principles-based culture, and trust equals speed, the power of reliability. The myth of the solopreneur relates to the belief you can do it all by yourself, that you know best. The truth is you'll always lose out to someone utilizing a team. So thinking 5 moves ahead stops your ego thinking, I've achieved so much on my own, I'll always be able to do so. The second part, create a principles-based culture, relates to creating true believers in what you are doing through uniting everyone in a common belief, because true believers are formidable. But it also means you have to have clear values and communicate what they look like, both in words and in your actions. The third part, trust equals speed, the power of reliability, relates to recognizing trust as multidimensional and that time is money. So only trust the right person for each thing that needs to be created so you get the required momentum. The fourth move is master strategy to scale. Everything prior to this move has been foundational, knowing yourself, how to reason, and how to build your team. This move is about running a company and is made up of 4 parts: scaling for exponential growth, make momentum your friend and be prepared for chaos, Moneyball, designing systems to track your business, and stay paranoid. The Grandmaster never lets his guard down. Scaling for exponential growth relates to learning this valuable skill. It requires making momentum your friend and being prepared for chaos to ensure you can maintain your speed and the trust others have in you without compromising quality or acting unethically. But speed itself can create chaos unless you are considering the source of the advice, planning, of course thinking 5 moves ahead, and testing before fully implementing. The next part, Moneyball, designing systems to track your business, relates to having the right measurable numbers. The step, stay paranoid, the Grandmaster never lets his guard down, relates to considering things from the perspective of cautious paranoia. Or more simply, be alert for what can go wrong, not relying on strategies until they are stale, instead anticipating trends and having plans in place to take advantage of them. The 5th and final move Pat covers is master power plays. This move has 3 parts: how to beat Goliath and control the narrative, study mobsters, how to sell, negotiate and influence, and cultivate your power and stay battle-tested. How to beat Goliath and control the narrative relates to identifying the one person or organisation between you and what you want, so you can identify where they are vulnerable because they have settled into believing they are invulnerable. Controlling the narrative ensures your truth is heard and the world knows you for who you truly are, so your Goliath can't lie about you, which is pretty much going to happen if you are looking to take them on. The step, study mobsters, how to sell, negotiate and influence, relates to recognising not the mobsters' core business and enforcement practices, but that they are examples of the ultimate entrepreneur, and that sooner or later you will come in contact with people who are less than ethical in getting what they want. So being ready will assist you in all your choices. Cultivate your power and stay battle-tested relates to being able to see you have options, because when you see options, your mindset changes, but also ultimately puts you in a long-term place of power as you better understand others and what is driving them, which means you then know how you can help them. The most important thing when considering your moves is the concept of sequencing. In what order do your moves need to occur for your big picture goal, for that project that you're currently working on, for your life? This book is both an easy read and a chance to consider how you are approaching the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Pat focuses on the 5 moves covered, partly because they are the ones you need to master to succeed, but also because they are the perfect meeting point between considered strategy and quick action. Within Pat's opinion, the personal identity audit likely being the most important, because that is what took him from being an average person to realising his potential in life. Pat provides lots of tools, suggestions and examples to assist you to understand and implement each of the moves, while also making it clear he isn't an Ivy League graduate with everything going for him, but he has known adversity, which taught him what and why different things have worked for him and led to him not only running his own successful business, but assisting top CEOs on the development of their strategies. Overall, this book is a reminder you must think beyond your first action to execute an effective strategy, because if you don't, you will be driven by ego, emotion, and fear. Which leads me to conclude, if you had to live just one book, this would be a good one to choose. Thank you for viewing this video. Please like and subscribe and click on the notification bell to be advised when further book overviews are uploaded. And to help me grow this channel's reach, please share the link with others.